The Immaterial Games Podcast with these guys.
3 is the magic number. Numbers. Everyone loves numbers.
Okay.
1
E
is the
equals
loneliest
MC
number.
square.
E equals
Oh,
MC
okay,
squared
that
is a
wasn't
formula.
that's not a number.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
It's a formula.
the whole 3 thing from Monty Python. That could take a while.
We could do the Song of the Elements, but
Holy Hand Grenade or Azeroth or whatever it's called.
okay, well, someone is happy. They're just going down my street, and I think they're
Okay.
cheering about the football.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, considering he is wearing he's wearing a t-shirt, he's just singing down the street. Oh well, everyone enjoys their vices. Everyone enjoys sport. I watched cars safely not crash too much. So it's all good. But, things that crash and burn. Not this podcast, because it will reign eternal.
Mm.
Yes, it will arrive, or it will be forever, for infinity. I'm losing my words. It's great. I was
Okay.
trying to make an Endgame reference and I couldn't even do it.
It's
Oh,
hard.
well,
Well,
right.
it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Right, start over. Right, anyway, this is the Immaterial Gamers podcast, episode 41. Yeah, 41. We've gone past the Immaterial saga, and now this is where we move on to the next cinematic podcast universe that may happen, may not happen. Who knows? It might just be a whole bunch of standalone podcasts, just going forever.
Yep.
Yeah. Just how it works. We are the
God.
Marvel of podcasts in that we just keep going, and we just have interweaving plot lines, and then another 12 podcasts down the line we go, shit, how do we bring this all together? Maybe some sort of mega podcast, 3 hours long with everyone.
Ooh, that would be amazing.
Yeah, we could just
That'll
put
be
that all
complicated as
together.
fuck.
I
Yeah.
think we should kind of try to start planning it for our 50th
Yeah.
podcast.
We just get that going, and just have it zoom. We just zoom out the Immaterial Gamers logo, in whatever form it shall be, and just, we'll have some just a dodgy sort of Marvel
I think
music.
Matt's
And,
trying to work on that, by the way.
he is trying to work on that. I spoke to him about it.
Mm.
I've seen the V5 logo, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's talk of Matt, who's not here, he's busy logo designing. I'm Ryan, though. I am here, as seems to be usual case. Been here for 39 of the 41 podcasts,
Oh,
Which
yeah,
is,
RTX.
which is RTX and Blackpool, because
Okay.
And joining me this week, I've got Dariusz,
Hello, everyone.
who's been here for X podcasts. That statistic I haven't actually got in my head at the moment, but you have been here for quite a few.
I would say at least half of them.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I'd say that. Yeah, sort of. X divided by 2, where X is the current number of podcasts. That works.
We
And,
like numbers today, I see.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. It's all about the numbers. And we've also got D, who's been here for 4 podcasts. That one I do remember.
I think that might be a little bit more than that.
No, it's
No,
4.
it's 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've done pretty much all of the recording for the game stuff.
Oh yeah. More well known for being as part of the play session crew.
Yep. Yeah, I only really do podcasts to cover.
Yeah. Because it's a busy one, because Steph's still on holiday.
Fuck you, Steph.
Yeah. He's totally embracing the Canadian vibe. He wore a hat.
Yeah, we saw.
It's great. Yeah.
At the
Been at a
barbecue.
barbecue. Been at some stadium. It's been in a zoo.
Ooh,
Yeah, totally embracing the life. And because of that, Duncan's also not available because he's being the good guide. The guide to all things Canada.
Apparently,
along with Terry and Sapphire and all that. So yeah,
Well, yeah. Apparently, we can keep Duncan.
we can keep Duncan. Is that the trade-off that we're having here? We lose Steph, gain Duncan.
I'm not sure.
Logistically, we have to see how that works. I mean, preferably keeping both would be
Beneficial.
great. Yeah, I mean, yeah, making this all local. But I mean, I like the transatlantic vibe. Do like that. So the two projects going together. You know, that's how we roll. We just find what we want to do and do it. I sort of kind of like that's how we're going. So based on how we we do what we want, talk about what we want. Let's see if we can carry on with play what we want. So we'll move on to what's been played.
What's being played?
And D, what have you played?
Mostly finished Danganronpa off first playthrough, and I've done the skull bit now. I've got everyone's cards to maxed out.
Okay, so decided to go on the completion of that, and
I've started doing some jigsaws that are GIF animated. What is kind of strange.
They're what now?
They actually move.
Oh,
They're animated.
animated puzzles.
Yeah. Animated
Aye.
jigsaw puzzles. So as you're putting them together, the pieces are moving around. The actual
Wow.
individual pieces are moving around.
Sounds like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It's on like a 4-second GIF thing. So
Right. So they are GIF puzzles. Okay.
it's it always resets back to the same point, and then it does it again and again and again. But as you're trying to put the pieces together, they can be moving around from piece to piece. So it's
Okay.
sat there going, So it's sat there going, I'm pretty sure that piece goes somewhere near there. You see the GIF cycle, and you go, it's about there.
So what's the name of this wonderful puzzle game?
Well, I've got wild animals, animated jigsaws, and beautiful Japanese scenery, animated jigsaws.
Okay.
I got them from the Japanese bundle thing.
So
Goldfish.
these were purchased around the same time as Danganronpa then.
Yeah, along with another Mahjong game, and Ikaruga, Bayonetta.
All right. Just went buy all the games.
Well, the Danganronpa came as a set, and
Yeah.
there's also Japanese women animated jigsaws I haven't downloaded yet.
Oh wow.
So
that one you keep to yourself.
yeah.
So
Do they
yeah.
do like hentai style as well?
Oh my god.
I'm not sure.
Oh, send you a question. Some of our listeners, viewers, whatever, might be interested in this kind of type of the exotic addition to the game.
Exotic Japanese culture is what you're saying there, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'd have to
Well,
look it up.
I think it's more like Chinese, but yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I mean.
Yeah. But enough of what Steph likes.
I also got Castle of Illusions. From that
Wait, the Mickey Mouse game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just for
God,
the fun of it.
I remember the old Castle of Illusion for the Mega Drive.
I would like to play that one. I never played it.
Oh, it was a weird-ass game.
But yeah, when that Japanese bundle thing was on it, I got quite a bit. So yeah, I've now completed Danganronpa 1 though. The Trigger Happy Havoc. Sort of.
Yeah.
I've completed the story once, and I've done the skull thing once, maxing out everyone's cards, and then I started again on Mean, or whatever it is.
Mean logic and puzzle difficulty. Yes.
Yeah, I've put it on hard anyway, but I've got everyone's
Yeah.
bullets. From the prologue, I've had everyone's cards maxed out, so I've had all the bullet times. Not the bullets. When it comes to the... So I've got all 40-odd skill points from Chapter 1.
Yeah.
Because I've got everyone's skill cards maxed out from that.
I'm sure.
The
So
skull...
at that point, once they have
skull's
all
out.
their skill cards maxed out, there's an alternate ending.
Is there?
That's for
That's
you
all-
to find out.
But yeah, I've maxed all their skill cards out from that skull thing that you get at the end of Danganronpa.
Yeah.
I did the skulls out, and then I've started from the prologue again. This time I
Okay.
need to try and get the 9 bears, 9 paws, 9 summit.
Hmm.
999 coins for the slot machine.
Right.
So I've got like 76% of the achievements.
Fair enough.
Darius,
you
what
do
have you
have
been
had
playing?
Yeah. Well, I was about to say. Well, thank you very much for that, for the mixed bit of puzzles and murder. So yeah, as Dee said, Darius,
On somebody else's nerves.
you've been playing on someone else's nerves.
Yeah, well, that's
Oh
like...
my God! God! Last week you were playing with yourself.
Well, every week you have something different from me.
Yeah. we usually do. So how do you play on someone's nerves then?
Well, the best person to ask would be Steph.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, right. Steph, how does Darius? Wait.
Wait, you
He's
annoying
not
him
here.
transatlantically?
No, it wasn't him, it's just somebody else. But anyway, back to
Yeah.
the actual game stuff.
Okay.
I've not been playing much because
Okay.
the week was really busy. Today is my first day when I'm literally have like some time for myself.
Mm. Yeah.
But I managed to start a game of God of War.
Oh, is this God of War PS4?
Yes,
Ah,
that's the one.
God of War Boy Edition.
Yeah.
And how goes your trip through Norse mythology?
Well, first thing first, I never played God of War game.
Ah,
Well, I did kind of play it, but never to the
Yeah.
extent to complete it or to get hooked up for more than 5 hours.
I've heard of God of War, but not played it.
yeah. I mean, if we go on the basic on that, God of War is basically an action,
Hack and
a
slash
spectacle
game.
fighter. Would go with really these days.
Hack and slash?
Well,
Effectively,
the old ones, I mean.
yeah,
No,
more sort of closer to Bayonetta than Dynasty Warriors.
Oh, okay.
So it's spectacle fighter. So basically, sort of fight dudes in big flashy ways and kick the crap out of people.
Oh,
little
yeah.
quick time events to kill mobs and stuff like that. And God of War 4 PS4 continues that, I assume, Darius.
Yes, it does. And it's... Well, I was gonna say it does deliver, however, I'm not entirely sure if it's delivering, however, because I don't have any, like an anchor point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I start in the middle of something, which I'm not entirely sure whether there will be like backstory to it or that's like kind of continuity from the previous games.
Oh. So
Where
are we
Kratos-
looking at the term of does it start in medias res, so in the middle of the story?
Not really. It seems like a beginning of the story. However, it's not the beginning of the Kratos story.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because
So it kind of
when you're
makes
starting,
sense.
you've got Kratos boring his, what I assume is his wife
Mm-hmm.
and his kid.
Boy.
Boy. That's that, and she's they just put her onto the into the fire to bury her.
Oh, nice.
Right? And they, without nothing, okay, let's go hunting. I am like, oh, seriously? Okay, I get it. It's like her wish, and that's what you're supposed to do with the boy. Well, come on, give the boy a minute.
Yeah, I just love the idea of that. That's just literally, oh, well, sorry for your loss. Right, do you want to hunt?
Yeah, literally, that's what happened. And yeah, you're just going for the hunt, and you're killing the first few things, then you're killing one big thing, and then another big thing, and then a strange dude showing up, and he knows Kratos, and okay, let's fight, and his health bar is on the bottom of the screen. And yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna win. Yes, I won. Oh shit, no, he regenerates. His full health regenerates.
Meant to lose fight?
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And you have to do it like 3-4 times.
Oh, jeez.
Interesting.
The good thing is, if you are past certain points, because the battle is kind of scripted, so if
Yeah.
you are past certain point, and if you die, you just reset from like that kind of quick save.
Alright, so it's checkpointed.
Yes. Well, at least on my difficulty, so yeah, kudos. Because honestly, I'm playing this game mainly for like for a story than actual challenge.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
nothing wrong
I think
with that.
you've got like four or five difficulty settings. I've chose the second one.
Mm.
So still,
Okay.
so it says it's a right balance between the story and the challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a masochist.
No Dark Souls in your future,
Oh
then,
no, I've tried that. I actually tried out the game. Nope, it's not freaking me.
Yeah,
I
it's not
think
for
I got-
everyone.
I think I got about 30 to 40 hours in, and then just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a level of patience that doesn't fit me
Yeah.
in sort of sense, and I can be a patient person, but Dark Souls provides a bit too much need for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just sort of die. It's like I spent the first hour and a half dying over and over again just to get out the keep. So,
Yeah, I'd never say that the game's unfair. It isn't. You know the mistakes you've made.
Oh yeah.
and each time you learn from it, but
At least you're supposed
uh, yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, we'll spend like the next 30 hours getting out the keep, and then I killed the first like 3 bosses, and it was like, you know what? We're just gonna dick you over right now. It's just like, thank you, because it doesn't scale. You get over your hurdle, and then they'll just put a new massive wall in your way. And you're like, okay, how am I meant to kill that?
Well, that's what you've got to learn, isn't it?
to. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, how's the combat of God of War 4 then?
Simple at the moment, anyway. I'm seriously,
Alright.
I am just on the beginning. After beating that dude, that's where I stopped playing.
Yeah.
Because, well, time constraints.
Okay.
And so far, yeah, it's intuitive. I like some puzzles which I already encountered.
Mm.
It's not, well, at the moment, it's not like an open world game to which one I used to.
Right.
Still, one of the best games for PlayStation is still, by all means, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I really kind of loved how open worlds was there and what you could do.
I think the only Forza. I think I played Horizon 3. No, 2.
There's just only one Horizon.
There's only one game, so it's
Zero
probably not
Dawn.
Horizon you've played.
It's the post-apocalyptic world with mecha dinosaurs.
No, I was thinking of the driving game.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Forza Horizon. Yeah, it's easy to do that.
Oh yeah, because they are kind of like named the same, isn't it?
Yeah. People don't call Forza Horizon. They call it Horizon.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's easy to get that. But yeah, do you reckon it's something you'll be going back to then with God of War?
Yes, definitely. However, not today, because today I would like to play at least second and maybe third game if I am lucky. Game of Siege Storm.
Okay.
Okay.
And the Siege Storm is a card game.
Okay.
It's literally like a board game.
Right.
By Awaken Realms. It's kind of like small in a concept, but big. Well, small game, but big in the concept, I would say. Yeah. It's some sort of like Magic the Gathering kind of style.
Right.
Okay.
However, with completely different set of rules. Because you've got your 34 cards in your deck, you've got your spells, you've got your monsters, and there is the opponent on facing you, and you can play either a player or an come on, artificial intelligence,
Right.
basically.
AI.
Yeah, AI. And you can even do that with a friend. So it can be two versus that artificial intelligence.
Okay.
And also what that game have is competitive mode, which they trying to be making like a tournament in the near future.
Right, okay.
So I kind of do like it where it's going. However, I need to play quite a few games whether I will decide whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Do you unlock the decks as you go along then?
Kind of, I think, yeah. Well, you've got with my base game, which I bought for like roughly 30 quid. I've got like 4 or 5 main decks,
Mm.
so it's not too bad for the money.
Right.
And the gameplay, how does it play? Is like instead of like in the Magic where you can keep spawning your creatures from left to right, basically, and you can play them as much as you have mana. In Siege Storm, you can deploy only one creature per turn,
Right, okay.
and you're deploying, let's say, yours on the right-hand side,
Yeah.
and then an enemy is deploying them on their right-hand side.
Right.
And each turn, then you're moving them up by one space. You've got like free space path.
Yeah.
So they're like kind of traveling. So you're summoning your creature, it's on your land. Next turn you can move it one up and then summon another one. So that the one up is like on the no man's land.
Yep.
And then you're moving it up again on the third
Into
position.
So the enemy's front line.
Yes, and that's where that creature can attack the enemy.
Right.
So it has to be one tile from the things. There
Yeah.
isn't like rage units.
No.
Units.
Well, maybe there are, but as far as I've played,
Yeah. It seems to me, and I'm looking at the images of the old Kickstarter campaign that they've had for this, it seems to play a very... So, the way that you put the one monsters down at the time makes it feel a bit Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, but with what you're describing with the sort of the front line, the no man's land, and the enemy line, it makes it seem like it's a bit of a lane defense.
Yes, kind
sort
of
of type
is.
game.
Yes. So if you can prevent that creature getting too close to you, that's bonus because he then will not attack you.
Yeah.
But
So I get the idea.
Yeah,
of
but
this now.
if you don't, then you're gonna get attacked, and your life are the cards.
Right.
So you've got 34 cards in your deck. You've got 10 cards in the hand, and you always have to draw 2 cards.
Right. Run out of cards, run out of life.
Exactly. And its design is to be like 10-20 minutes game.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so far I've played one game with a boss, trying to grasp the rules.
Yeah. So I noticed that. Yeah, it's got a very like you said, sort of play against other people or just play against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They actually have specific boss decks.
yes, they are. Exactly.
Okay.
I've got like I think 2 or 3 of them, which is not too bad. But yeah, what I was gonna say. I like what I like about this is that 2 things, which is you need to think. You can either play it dumb or you can literally think about your strategy, like in the Magic the Gathering, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's quite fast. It's faster. It's definitely faster than Magic.
Okay.
The Magic the Gathering is quite fast game if you just one.
Oh, so if
Depends
you
on the
know what you're doing and you're playing
yeah,
ahead.
if you have one match in Magic the Gathering, it's quite fast, but this one is a little bit faster.
Okay.
It's more
Fair
dynamic.
dues.
So yeah, I will let you know, guys, probably next week how that goes
Yeah.
Okay.
after some playtests.
Fair dues. Okay then. Well, in that case, we move to me, and I've played a board game in a sense. I played it this afternoon
Okay.
on my own, and that sounds weird, because there's currently, I know there's probably two board games in the universe at the moment what you can actually play on your own.
Oh,
One of them is Eldritch Horror.
okay, yeah.
It's a board game when where you're doing stuff like that, and you're stopping Cthulhu or an old god spawning, but it's designed that you can actually play on your own or with a group of people. The other is the game that I'm going to talk about. It's called Unlock, and it's designed as an escape room card board game.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was in Manchester yesterday before we went and saw Endgame, and before Endgame decided to talk about what's been played and play with my emotions. But that's elsewhere.
Yesterday.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, saw that. Would watch again. I'm not going to the cinema, but I'd watch again. And that's about as much as you're getting from me. But yeah, no, I was in one of the local game shops, the Travelling Man. So yeah, so in the Travelling Man, picked up this game of Unlock. It was at a reduced price. Why not? It turns out I bought the 5th set of this Unlock. So they are escape room card games. They are similar to another game that had come out called Exit. Now that is a pure card-based experience that operates under legacy rules, being that once you've played the game, you can't play it again.
Yeah.
Because you tear cards, you fold them up, you mark them as you play the game. And I have a little problem with that, especially at the point that each game of Exit is around £13 to £15. And you're playing that once.
How much does it cost?
£13.50, I believe it was. So it was like between 13 and 15,
15,
depending on sort of how recent each one is. But that's one use. Now, someone might say, yeah, but you go to an escape room and you spend around that much per person. I think it's like, yeah, but you're playing a physical activity there that needs to be reset by people. And, you're paying for them to actually do that and provide you the hints, make sure the room's safe, and, make sure all the puzzles are working fine. I don't know why that's happening in something like Exit. And, I mean, technically, with Unlock, which I'll sort of go into this now, I mean, technically, you could only play each game once. But you don't need to. You could introduce friends into it, you could host these escape games, you could join in with players and play them. Or you can just run them yourself if you fancy the challenge. Because the way that it does it is it uses two components. A deck of cards and a mobile app.
Okay.
And it's pretty fucking cool how it does that. I'll explain it now. So, the people who publish Unlock are called Space Cowboys. French publishers of board games. They also worked on a board game called Time Stories. And that is a big sort of role-playing game.
But still, it's like a single kind of play game.
Yeah. I mean, the Time Stories is interesting in the fact that, you play a deck. So each sort of deck is a game. And you play through the cards in a given order. And when you but if you succeed, you've completed that game. You don't need to play it again. Fail, and you'll start at the beginning of the run. But you'll have learned information that allows you to succeed in doing the next run. Because it works in the storyline as that you're temporal agents and you've got to try and solve mysteries by inhabiting other people. Unlock kind of works on that same sort of idea, in that you've got a deck of cards, all the cards are numbered. They're not numbered in order, but they're all numbered. And you have a scenario, and you start a timer, 60 minutes, to complete the objective. And you use the cards to, find objects, keys, codes, puzzles, and machines. And the idea is that using the mobile app, you've got 60 minutes to complete the game. Now, I was playing the scenario in the Heroic Adventures pack, which is the biggest, the most recent pack. And I was playing the scenario called Insert Coin. And you're just a kid who's decided that they're bored at home, so they've gone and checked out their granddad's dusty arcade machine, and they get troned into it. So The aim of this escape is to basically rescue the princess, get out of the game within 60 minutes. And yeah, everything is in that deck. Your success conditions, your answers, your clues, and penalties. Because that's how this sort of works as well. It stops you from just constantly brute forcing your way to a solution. So like, there'll be cards that you have to combine together. There'll be red cards and blue cards. And if you combine the numbers on each of the cards, that'll give you a card that you can pull out of the deck to do stuff. But it uses the app as well in its solutions. So codes, so your cards that pull out, they're yellow in colour, and they'll tell you sort of that you need to enter a code in order to move on to the next thing to get the next card, which it uses the app to do this. If you enter the right code, it'll tell you the card to pull out the deck. If you enter the wrong code, it'll penalise you and you'll lose a minute from your time. So, it's sort of clever in that. But it also uses AR and voice and sort of other ways to progress through the things. So one of the interesting things is that like in this insert coin adventure, I had a helmet and it had a torch on it. And I was just in this attic and I pick up a card at the thing that says, it's too dark to see. But because the app recognises all the card codes, because of the numbers on there, you turn the headlamp on in finger quotes. You basically put the card in front of your phone, it then picks it up on the AR and will generate a number for you to pull the cards out. And I actually thought that's pretty damn cool. I actually like that. You know me of being the person who always liked the quirky stuff. Stuff that's a bit different from the norm. So I just like this. There was like another card where you had, on the card, it just showed a bunch of ladders and exits to them. Put the card in front of your phone camera, and it would then show little animations of laser beams, turrets, and cannons, showing you where the unsafe parts were. And so you had to sort of figure out which were the safest ladders, because each of the ladders had a number on them. So you knew the 4 safest ladders to escape. And so the last part of the mission as well, depending on the amount of players you have, is just a straight up boss fight. You just end up, you pick up an item that's...
The boss fight?
Yeah, a boss fight. You'd gather your players around the phone, and each person would have a direction on their on the phone that they would be allowed to push, and you would guide a ship to destroy another ship.
So it's like so every player have their own phone and the app.
Oh no! It's one shared phone.
Okay.
That has the app in it, but every person. So if you were all sat around the table, you'd put the phone in the middle, and player 1 would control left, player 2 would control up, player 3 would control right, 4 would control down, and you'd guide the ship together. I mean, on your own, as player 1, you just controlled the ship on your phone.
Yeah, I get it.
But that's part of the escape room experience. It was just like, whoa, hold on, this is a really cool thing. And it's designed to be repeatable with different players, because you're not destroying cards, your answers are in the app. Okay, things don't change, but you can always shuffle the sort of app in it. And the way the sort of the deck works is that you're not allowed to spread all the cards out on the table, so part of the time is to actually search through looking for the numbers that you need. So you can just shuffle the deck each time to add that artificial time searching. And it's got leaderboards. So it evaluates how well you did it, how many hints you needed to use, how many mistakes you made, and how long it took for you to complete the room. And I'm actually really enjoying it, and I'm thinking of picking up more. And also thinking of maybe using it for the good old infamous board game night that I used to do.
Definitely sounds interesting.
Yeah. It's a weird concept, and there's a couple of others that are in there. So this one had insert coin, but it's also got a Sherlock Holmes inspired adventure and a Alice in Wonderland inspired adventure.
Ooh.
Nice.
And so they all go up in difficulty. I mean, here's the thing on this. I played it on my own, and I did it with 5 minutes left on a 60-minute timer. That was the 1-star difficulty mission.
Oh, jeez.
So, yeah, they've got escape room difficulties in them. But they are fun, I would honestly. If you could pick one up The app's free to download. It's just a companion app for the game. You can get them around £20 a piece.
Mm.
And yeah, you can get different people in there. I mean, to be honest, for that one now, I could feel comfortable in sort of helping as a sort of a guide for that mission for some people. But I'd be more than happy to play it again with other people and just sit back a little bit, knowing that I know how to play it.
Mm.
So yeah, that's all of us talking about games, right?
No.
Yeah.
What about me?
Haha. You talked about 2.
Did I?
You did.
I don't remember that.
God of War and
Yeah. You had God of War and Siege Storm. And Dee technically talked about Danganronpa and puzzles. And I talked about Unlock.
technically
So,
I've been playing a puzzle while we've been doing the podcast.
Oh, nice.
I've been playing
Nice.
Mahjong.
Mahjong. Right. Anyway, we will move on now. Because that's the games that we've been playing. And I want to sort of spend the next 20 minutes on talking about some news. So, it's news time.
Okay.
The news time.
Thanks, Darius.
News time.
So, I want to quickly talk about what Darius sent me, because it's a very, very quick news story. And I don't want to just constantly be shitting on Anthem all the time. It gets enough bad now.
Oh.
So,
We're going to give Anthem a break this week.
oh no. No.
Okay,
But-
for the next 5 minutes.
But it's a quick one. So, some trolling bastard, this is according to VG247.com, some trolling bastard in Manchester, according to this webpage, did a redirect or has made a fake domain name for the new Ghost Recon game that's coming out, Breakpoint.
Mm.
So there's a website out there at the moment, maybe, it's probably gone down by the time you hear this, called GhostReconBreakpoint.com. And when you click on it, it now says server not found. But what it used to say, or what it used to redirect to, was Anthem's official site. So, yeah, I don't know if that's against Anthem, for the fact that it needs the attention, or if it's a troll on Ubisoft of saying, oh, well, look, Breakpoint's just going to end up like Anthem. But, yeah, it was just a quick one to mention that's happened, and people will troll you for everything. So, cheers, Darius, for letting me know about that one. And
I
yeah.
just thought we have to kind of keep any news on Anthem as long as we can.
Yeah, I mean, between between what's Anthem done to fuck up and the days since last Bethesda incident counter that we've got.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing on that. But yeah, so that was that, and we will now move on to the one of 2 more serious news topics that we've got here. So it's the other one that Darius showed me, Polygon's one, about EA Access. Now, it's been mentioned, it's been as part of Microsoft's staple for Xbox One for years
And
now.
PC now.
And yeah, PC with Origin Access. EA's game subscription service that allowed you access to a vault of games of EA's that you could play, or third parties. Some indie titles are in there as well. But additionally, what that also allowed was early access to EA's upcoming games, like the aforementioned Anthem, that was available on Origin Access. I mean, it wasn't early access on EA's Xbox One service, but it was something that you could subscribe to. But now, after years of Sony saying no, it's been announced that they will get the streaming service. The Polygon article does say right at the bottom, initially they didn't want an additional non-Sony price tag for this EA-specific program, because they said at the time they didn't represent good value to the PlayStation gamer. So Darius, what do you reckon's changed?
Money.
Just money.
Yeah.
I reckon
well,
Sony have decided to be money focused now.
It's everyone has like kind of this sort of subscription-based service, isn't it?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and I think Sony starts realizing from some time right now that if they will not keep up with new invention, new waves of playing the games, which in this term is subscription-based games, they will start losing subscribers, basically, people to buy the console, and and they might. And how I see it is, they would be fine for PlayStation 4 lifespan right now. However, I'm thinking they're trying to think about the future, about the PlayStation 5, which they're trying to transfer more into exactly what it is, subscription-based gaming.
Yeah, subscription-based and streaming-based,
and
really.
Streaming-based, yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm really thinking. That's instead of starting it on the PlayStation 5 life cycle, where everything can go downhill, they want to do it now, test it, see how things go, maybe even experiment with PlayStation Plus subscription, EA Access subscription, PlayStation Now subscription. Like maybe they will try to combine all of it into one.
Sort of, some sort of just package.
Exactly.
Thing.
So they might just, they might just want to research the market. How many people on PlayStation will want those EA Access subscription?
Probably a good bit of the market, wouldn't it, at that time?
Yeah.
So the big gamer. D, do you have, just double checking on it, do you have any Origin access on there at all? So you've got Origin Access Basic. It's like $3.99 a month, I think it is.
I don't do any of the access stuff.
Right. Okay. I mean, I know there's sort of the console idea, just trying to sort of getting you in on this. I mean, does that ever pique your interest at all? The idea of just subscription only vault catalogs?
I've never really thought about it. The only thing I've subscribed to at the moment is the Humble Monthly.
And that feels a bit that's a sort of different sort of way of doing things, isn't it? Because the key thing with Humble Bundle or Humble Monthly is whatever games you get on that month are yours, full stop.
Yeah. It's like my Steam library that's ever growing.
The ever growing Steam library is great.
It's getting like it's near 700 now. Basically, if I want to, like, I can come back to a game years later if I need to.
Yeah.
That's like Portal.
And that's
I seem to always come back to Portal at some point. I've played Portal 1, Portal 2, gone through the story, but every once in a while it's just fun to go back through it again. Where if you had a limited time void thing, say you had a month to have the game, and you're not really feeling the game that month, because I've been wanting to do, you're not going, well, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I can see where you're coming from on that. And that's probably sort of the big concern, to say if you want a lapse from that subscription, at that point you lose access to all them games.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
It's like what happened with WoW. We did the 6 months WoW subscription. I got 4 months in, I was like, please end my subscription. Well, one of two things. Please release Pathfinder Part 2. Or cancel my subscription, please. Can we just pause my subscription until Pathfinder Part 2 comes out?
Yeah.
Please.
See, that's the thing. The pausing of a subscription, or sort of what could be considered the holiday break.
Because
used to happen before Netflix before Amazon and all Netflix and all that. It used to be Love Film, and you could do holiday breaks on Love Film.
It's just
just a couple of months away, or like a month where I'm not feeling anything. I still want to keep the subscription.
But yeah, the last 2 months of my WoW subscription, I think I logged in for a grand total of like 3 times. And one of them was because there was a 2 gig patch, and I wanted to see what the 2 gig patch was.
Yeah,
What
and
was
then
that?
it turned out to be nothing.
Well, it turned out to be the new Allied race. The trolls were implemented.
Yeah.
So I literally spent half an hour unlocking the trolls because I had already did all the prerequisites for it. So I just had to do like 6 quests to get the trolls. I'm like, okay, I've got the trolls now. I want Pathfinder
Yeah,
Part 2,
it's like-
damn it.
Yeah. So I want the new island content, and it's just
You just
No.
sat waiting. You at the moment it's like WoW based. You just sat there and you're like, well,
why
there's
am I
no-
here? Why am I spending my money just sat here?
because it's a tenner like a tenner a month.
Yeah.
It's like why?
Nah,
It's why you
fair.
get burnt out with it.
Oh, definitely. But
You can't do. So if you had a limited vault subscription thing, it's like when on Warframe when things come in and out of the vault, you then get flustered because
yeah, I should mention at this point, it's not a rotating set of games.
So
It is one big library of games that you have access to. But the moment your subscription stops,
you can't play the
you
game.
lose access to the library. Just wanted to make sure to clarify on that one, just to make sure.
It's not like a Warframe library.
No, it's not like some games go in, some games come out. It is just you
Ever
get them all,
growing.
but only while you subscribed.
I can see the thing for not casual gaming. If you wanted to try bits and pieces,
Yeah.
I could see how it would work. But at the same, but if you wanted to come,
Let's bring it into another question here. If there's like 50 games in the vault, yet there's only one game that you actually want to play in that vault,
Wow.
Is it
wouldn't
worth
it
it?
more be prudent to just get the game?
yeah, at that point, yeah, you would just have that game from the vault,
Well,
and then you don't need the subscription anymore. So it'd be good to explore It'd be good to explore different games, but
right, so if I can comment on that, it's like, okay, obviously I had my subscription for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Mainly because, well, 2 things. I was able to play online, because that was the required to play online.
Yeah.
And secondly, I thought it's quite okay bit of money for the games which you're gonna get. Even though for sure, even if you're not planning on extending your subscription afterwards, etc. Yeah, you're still getting like a kind of decent amount of games, especially when you had PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and PlayStation 4. That was like a hell lot of games which you could
Which
get.
saying on that, the rules have changed with that now, isn't
Yes,
it?
they changed.
PlayStation 4 stuff only.
And knowing that I'm swap again more towards PC gaming, I think when my PlayStation Plus will run out, I will stop paying it for a few months. I will be back on it. Don't take me wrong. I will definitely be back on PlayStation Plus, but I might have like 2-3 months of a gap. Because okay, for 2-3 months I will just mainly focus on my PC gaming, wait for PlayStation 4 exclusives, and then play them there. But anyway, the point is, I never was like kind of like subscription based person, especially for Humble Bundle, because you have to commit yourself for a year, isn't it?
No, not
Well,
anymore.
kind of. Well, okay.
No, you can just monthly basis now.
All right. Anyway, but still, and you never know what they're gonna throw. I'm never sure whether I will play the game or not. So I'm still no for this. However, due to the release of Anthem, which I knew I would like to have, I would like to play, and knowing the fact that the game on its own is roughly 40 quid.
Yeah.
And then I also would like to play few other games on the EA Origin Access vault. So I was So that's when I was like, okay, I will give it a shot, because I will definitely spend straight away 40 quid. Might as well try it a monthly base subscription for a year.
Yeah.
And play the game, which I will buy anyway, Anthem, and then give it a go for Battlefront, Battlefield games as well.
Mm.
So right now I'm quite happy with what I got, even though I do kind of commit to pay for a full year, but
Yeah.
the amount of the games which we are getting, it's quite alright for the money.
Okay. Fair enough.
So if they
I mean,
if they will like kind of keep going doing this kind of stuff, like subscription based, right? I think this is something what people will prefer.
Yeah.
On the long run, because if you have to choose, pay 40 quid for one game, of which you will play mainly just once from beginning to the end, and that's it, or pay 100 quid for 10 games, I think that's a better value.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I don't
last
know.
words?
I could see where if you can stop and start it would be kind of nice. If you know you're not going to be playing games for a while. But, yes, I don't know.
Okay. No, that's fine. Right, so, that was a bit more of a discussion than I thought we were going to get on that one. So, at that point, this sort of changes how I'm going to do the last thing. Riot Games.
Okay.
We know them as a company.
Well,
League of Legends. That's exclusively what they're known for, even though initially, when they first started, they were going to branch out.
okay.
They've had problems over the past 9 months
Or so, yeah.
in terms of their sort of employment history and issues going on internally at the company, and it came to a head last Monday.
Okay.
We're recording this on a Sunday, it'll be out by Tuesday. So last Monday, where a set of employees had just walked out,
Wow.
protesting Riot's options of what they were going to do regarding forced arbitration. So regarding sort of employee lawsuits based on discrimination and sexual harassment. I'm going to very briefly go through this because I think I might actually pick this up as an Immaterial take on at some point, because it's deep enough that I actually do want to give it a little bit of a talk. But I'm going to go through sort of very brief history. There was a Kotaku article in August last year where various employees had come out and spoke to them anonymously, talking about basically the gamer bro culture inside Riot. Very, male empowerment, everything's great. Women, tits. I generalise, but it was a lot of discrimination, sexual harassment stuff that was going on. It got picked up in August. November, lawsuits started to happen regarding the treatment of employees in there. So January up to March, the discussions about Riot accepting these lawsuits, and they were going through. But then end of March, they started talking about using forced arbitration, which the practice is, according to this IGN article I've got, it's the practice of contractually preventing employees from filing lawsuits in the event of a dispute.
Yeah, so if there is harassment, you can't sue.
Yeah, so you can't sue for sort of money in that idea. You can go through them, but then they'll just go straight into arbitration, which is basically sort of a business way of dealing with things. And they're well known, particularly in American law, they're well known in an arbitration case, they side with the employer. So people won't have enough of it. Riot, sort of after the article in August, put something in their policy saying that there was zero tolerance against harassment and discrimination in the workplace, specifically on of a sexual nature or based on gender, along with the equal opportunities, laws that are already in place in regards to discriminating based on age, sex, race, affiliation, so on and so forth.
Oh, the isms.
Yeah. So, it came to a head last week where up to 250 employees of Riot Games, current, former, experienced, women, men, just walked out of the Los Angeles office and just sat out for a day to basically state that that's not what they want.
We're not okay with this.
Well, no employer is okay with a strike or a walkout. They never are. But it's something that just come up, and it was just a quick one of really seeing what you guys thought of, how that was and how you feel about that.
I understand.
Because like I said, I'll probably leave my own opinion for sort of the take video, but
no, I kind of agree with the employees on that.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
okay.
I understand why they trying to do the whole suing thing for the company side of it, because it costs a lot of freaking money. But if there wasn't, it's the whole, especially with the amendments in America, they're very, they can't just plead the fifth on it.
Mm. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean on that, and yeah, certainly, I think there's sort of a case, especially because the way I look at this, I look at it in the way of the whole union culture in Britain, and the sort of old idea in sort of the late 80s that unions were reviled, they were hated, the employer was always right, the employer could do what they wanted, and it didn't matter who got took out in the firing line. We lost the steel industry, the mining industry.
Mm-hmm.
We had a prime minister who was known at that point as the baby milk snatcher.
Thatcher's right.
So taking everything away from the working class person and doing that, and that was basically a class based thing, and the strikes and the protests that went on, stuff's even happening now. But the unions have risen back, and people have problems with unions on the idea of, well, all they just want is more money, employees will never be happy and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people just want to live comfortably.
What was it? I did Manchester history last month. At this course thing. Have you heard of Peterloo?
Yeah, the Peterloo Massacre.
Yeah. That was effectively a protest that went horribly wrong.
Yeah, it was
a peaceful
protest for the right to vote or something. No.
Yeah, it was one of it was right to vote, and the other one was better the food and stuff, and the taxes, because it was basically 90% of the wages was getting taxed back into the company, the mills and whatnot, and it went horribly wrong. But yeah, it's a lot of the film was postulating quite a bit of it, but it was to get to you saw it from both sides, how the aristocrats saw it, and how the common man saw it, and that difference between the aristocrats and the common man. The aristocrats going, well, we're better than the common person, we know what they need, and the common man's like, no, you don't know what we need this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that sort of like as we all know in history, it led to families just getting murdered on the streets
by Cavalier, because they sent in military after men, women, and children. Yeah. It was a peaceful protest. It was not.
Yeah,
they threw the riot act into them. They went, "Oh, the rioting." No, they just took the day off. They just took a Monday off to do a peaceful protest. There's nothing legally wrong about that. And the aristocrats are like, no, send in the Cavalier. They're rioting, send in the military. Yeah,
solve everything with violence. That seems to be the way of doing things, doesn't it? But it's all led. I wouldn't say that. Certainly, I'll say this now. The Riot Walkout is nowhere near on the lines of Peterloo.
Yeah.
But it's still something that needs to be discussed, and there seems to be this culture that's going on at the moment that people should just be happy with what they're given with, and they should just get over it. The people with the money are there for a reason, and the reason you're working is also there. No, that's not how it should work. There should be basic common fucking decency regarding other people. Don't, now, I'm going to say it now, don't overstep your marks. Don't look for outrage on the basis of wanting outrage. I'm trying to be as down the middle in regards to this. Do not be trod upon and want basic things and common decency. A home, some money to live, food, utilities, and a little bit of time for leisure.
Well,
Don't but don't overstep on that and basically look for a fence where there is none. There is a lot of justifiable things to fight for. Just be careful on that, because there's parts of this history that's come up in the Riot thing where it's been sort of the attack on sort of the media and stuff like that, and people always go the SJW route and then the Gamergate route on that. So it's like, no, there's bad actors on both sides causing shit, but just to put it on there, certainly do not, as a woman in a male dominated place, she shouldn't be looked at like a fucking sex object. It's a simple thing. But don't go looking for that. And not to say that you would. I've got to be careful not to put my own fucking foot in my mouth.
But no, it's the whole. It's like what they did with that. There was a TV short thing that happened, and they role reversed it. It was to do with the women. It was to do with the back in the 80s and stuff. The women role reversed it, and the men felt really uncomfortable. And like, no, that's how we feel constantly.
Yeah, and that's the sort of thing. Certainly equal rights for people. I mean, that should be a bare minimum.
Oh yeah.
Equal rights for people. It just should.
Yeah,
So there should be equal rights for people regardless of gender, race, sex, and I do specify on that on both sides. And age and stuff like that. Someone should be just given the money for purely their ability, not their background,
it's like
or how they were brought up. So
Yeah, it's like that. And the other one is like the. I don't know. There's just. We could go on. We could create an entire freaking thing about this.
Yeah, we could. It could just keep going on that, and that's
for days.
Yeah, as well. So I just want to I wanted to bring in sort of a brief idea of what people are feeling. Certainly, I'm gonna look at talking about this. I think it's big. I know it could be just crazy and just be pissing in the wind, and echo chambering out to anyone. But it's certainly something that can be discussed and talked about. But we will
need to wrap it up.
Yeah, we're at an hour and 10 minutes now, so it's going to end up being a massive edit otherwise. So, but no, it's good that we can actually talk about that and just get on with it. So it's all good. But yeah, we'll get to the wrap up. If you liked what you heard, the deep discussion about about employment rights, or the not so serious discussion about endgame spoilers, please like, share, subscribe. Watch us on YouTube. You could listen to us on Spotify or iTunes or anywhere else where you can put your earbuds in.
And if you didn't like it, let us know so we can improve.
Yes, yeah. If you're actually watching this and there's stuff that you would like us to improve on, and you feel some hints and tips on that, we're all ears and mouths and fingers. Basically, we can be communicable. Yeah, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. But yeah, so there's the other stuff, and other stuff that we would like feedback on are the other shows that we do. So obviously on the Monday we've got Role Playing Nottingham Games by me, still going through Resonance of Fate. I'm on chapter 12 now.
Woo!
Of 16, nearly there. Nearly there. It's nearly been a year of, it's been 30 episodes.
Bloody hell.
3/5 of a year. My God, now that I think about it like that, wow. So yeah, we're getting on there, and then I've decided it's going to be between 1 or 2 games. I'm probably going to either decide to go for a Tales game, or I'm going to go for Mass Effect Andromeda. It's going to be a tough thing to go for, but Yeah. Tuesdays, well, you're listening to it. It's the podcast. Wednesdays, absolutely nothing. Thursdays, the same, currently. Fridays, the General's War Table. Steve is still going down with, trying to save the world in XCOM 2.
Okay.
And facing off against the Chosen. Because he doesn't like to play things by halves. Just add the biggest, meanest sons of bitches in there and just run a game with that. So yeah, he's playing through that. Saturdays, play session. We just finished off the Super Fight trilogy arc. We'll need to find something else to do. We either play another game or we go back through and we try and resurrect a video game challenge in some way.
Okay.
By
we can
playing
always
one of the ones that we've already played.
we can
But
always have another season of the same game.
Yeah, it's possible.
So
Like I said, there's a couple of ideas that we've got. I mean, we've still got this tournament that we're looking to plan for Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. But there's I sort of discussed with Stefan and Duncan about looking at doing a battle on worms under a very Metal Gear Solid style rule set.
Okay, that's weird.
So yeah, that's a thing to try. Sundays, currently in production at the moment, but will be looking to return soon, is Sibling Rivalry. Duncan and Andrea are looking to play a game of Pokemon Bingo, and I know on that one that I don't have the editing brains for that one,
it's
this current one, because that's with Dariusz. How is that going at the moment?
you should have the fight tonight.
Ooh.
So if it's
Ooh.
today is Sunday, you can upload it.
Ooh, that'll be cool. I look forward to that. So yeah, that should if that's gone through, you should already see that on the YouTube channel. And then yeah, so that. But then in between that, we have the irregular series. We've got something immaterially different, where any one of us could find a quirky, weird game to play that's not your normal first-person shooter, third-person shooter, platformer RPG sort of stuff, and just get some first impressions and play it just for the sake of it. Like I said last week, and do you remember this? Roombo First Blood, a stealth game involving a Hoover, or Elephant in the Room, a third-person stealth game where you are a literal elephant in a house that needs to escape without being seen.
Oh jeez. So it was a weird game. That Vaso cleanup thing.
Oh, Viscera cleanup detail. Exactly, there we go. Stuff like that. The odd games. Yeah, and they're just quick, quirky first impression stuff. Or, if they're short enough, just a playthrough. So we got that. Also on there, an Immaterial take on. Whenever any one of us decides we've got some opinions on something, they can just record a file of why they have opinions on something, and then someone, most likely me, will just put some images and videos to it. And then, we'll talk about that. Like I say, the Sonic movie trailer was one, and certainly I think the history of the Riot discrimination scandal will be another. So that'll be coming up.
I can get very ragey on that one quite quickly.
It's an interesting sort of topic to go on, really. And then other projects in the line. Can we sort of let people know what the series will be called? Because we all know what it's called, Dariusz. Yours and Steph's one.
Dual play?
Do you want to keep it secret? Oh, okay. You want to say it? Yeah. Dual play.
Dual play.
Yeah. It's not as competitive as you think. It's two people who could be considered competitive people actually working together to do stuff.
Well, working with Stefan is pain in the ass. I mean, playing.
It does take some patience.
He probably feels the same way, and that's what makes it work. But yeah, Dariusz and Stefan have been working on something.
Yeah, well, it's still we are still under gathering the material.
Piloting stage, really.
Yeah, gathering the material for it, and probably we will kind of have a go with it when Stefan's come back from the holiday.
Yeah, I believe he was going to look at something before he went up on his happy trip, but just never got round to speaking with me about it. But yeah, we'll get that sorted.
Well,
so
I got first batch of material to edit.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just there. It's just there
ideally,
in the pipeline
we
between the
need to
sibling
edit
stuff.
all of it, record the missing bits,
Yeah.
and then we can start uploading it.
Okay. No worries.
Hey,
Well.
the Untold Stories Untold gets thingy soon on Epic.
Epic stuff. That'll be good to know. Right.
Mm.
We will finish this now because that was a nice long wrap up just to talk about what we got.
Sorry.
And we've had why are you apologising? It's content. We take it. But no, thank you, Dariusz. Thank you, D.
Okay.
And yeah, until next week, people, please, for God's sake, don't kill each other. And please, don't be liking the news. Actually, please. There's actually a very, very quick story here. There's a bunch of people who've crashed a light aircraft on a dual carriageway. Every single one of them survived, with no major injuries.
Wow. That's miraculous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's miraculous. Be Iron Men and women. Be like them. Have really good, exciting lives. Don't have that panic one. That makes you shit your pants. But yeah, don't kill each other. Be daredevils.
And be back
Survivable
next week.
daredevils. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely be back next week as well. So
Okay.
yeah, have a good one, guys, and we'll see you then.
See you later.
Bye bye.